Hi, I'm Dr. Malina Fielder. Welcome to the world's best nutrition solution program that is within your budget.
Hi, I'm Camille. This is Dr. Malina,
Hi.
and this is our official taste officer, Ziggy. Today we're going to show you how to make homemade food using real human grade food, the best you can feed your dog.
To prepare this diet, 7 days diet for your dog, you'll just need just a pot where you will make your bone broth that will be made out of turkey bones.
It's easy and it's so nourishing. Your dog will love it.
So that's all human food. As we said, we are preparing modified human diet. So it means it's a human food. Our main goal to make one meal for the whole family, and you'll see that it's like this food we can eat, and probably we don't even eat so many ingredients daily. This is the healthy food.
Now this is
for all of us.
This is the food for the whole week as well.
And our dogs are our family, so I mean we have to accept them as like some furry kids or a member of the family, and just make food for all of us, for the whole human family, and give them one portion. So we have this nice slow cooker where we will cook all vegetables, grains, and we will add bone broth to be cooked and for longer time. So in this steamer we'll have a fish, and we can steam potatoes or you can boil potatoes, make anyway, bake it, because fish and potato will go together. And we have a frying pan, don't forget frying pan. So I'll show you, if your dog don't like chicken liver and hearts, you can fry it quickly and they will love it.
I'll just pop that in the top.
So that, fish don't need to be cooked for long, maybe just 5-10 minutes, but shouldn't be raw, but just.
Now I'm just going to cut the potato to add in with the fish. So there's a potato cooked, magic. Now we're just going to add that in.
Or do you want to put it down under?
A little bit more.
Oh, actually, opposite should be.
A little bit more. Alright, so while the fish and the potato are quickly steaming, what are we going to do next?
We are going to cut the turkey legs.
This is good. Malina is a surgeon, so she's able to do this. Okay.
So we'll take these two legs. Okay, I'll start with one.
Now hang on. Before you start.
Wait a second. Ziggy, be strong. Be strong. So what I'm going to do, this is the turkey thigh, and I'm going to separate meat from the bone. So I'll show you how to make then bone broth from the bone and what to do with the meat. So we are going into in between the bone and tendon here, and just go slice down along the bone. So this is on one side. You need really sharp knife and to be very careful not to cut yourself. And then Ziggy, I'm sorry, I can't give you this. No. Wait a second. So we will go and cut these tendons as well, because these are the parts the dog should eat. It's full of collagen and it's really good for their bones. There are also some tiny sharp bones which we will later on, I have to actually pull out so they wouldn't perforate their intestines. Probably don't. So if you have really little dog, you might take off these bones just in any case. So these are these bones. For a big dog like Ziggy, he wouldn't have any problems eating them. They are good soft bones. So you see these tendons, they are really healthy. They are really important, nutritious for their skin and their own bones. So we'll have to separate the rest. Try to cut as much meat off the bone as you can. And usually it comes in 3 pieces. Meat goes off the bone in 3 pieces. Oh, almost. And then we have almost bone without any meat, which we'll use for bone broth. Making the bone broth. So with these bones, you'll take. So we have two bones, 2 thighs. Meat will be. I'll just see on our scales how much will be for this meat. So we have around 700 grams of meat. Okay. So why do we need the bones cut this way? So the bone marrow is exposed, and this area is flat and nice, and it will be cooked like that. Wouldn't separate at all. Wouldn't make those sharply pointy pieces that will mix with the vegetables, and you wouldn't be able actually to separate it. So these bones cut this way, which your butcher will do, will expose bone marrow. Bone marrow will go inside and mix with vegetables as well, and wouldn't be any little sharp pieces of bones that would be really dangerous for your dog. So these 3 pieces of bone I'm going to put in this cooking pot when the water is boiled. Actually, we have to add. We have to add 3 or maybe 2 little spoons of apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to put these bones in the water and add some apple cider vinegar. So I will put in this water while it's cold. 1 spoon of apple cider vinegar. And
why do we add the vinegar?
Vinegar will actually pull the calcium and minerals from the bone out inside the water.
Excellent.
The best way would be, like if you have time, to keep this pot before cooking, bone and add vinegar and put it in a fridge for about 10 minutes, so you have time for that process to happen. But you can, while the water is heating, that's fine as well. You can add at that time. And so we'll have really nutritious bone broth with all minerals from the bone. And in the meantime, we are going to put water in a slow cooker. So here it is. And it's just enough, like 1 or 2 cups, because we'll have bone broth adding.
Now we finished steaming the fish, we just lightly steamed it, and we steamed the potatoes at the same time. So we're going to give these a quick mash.
You need for 2 days, each day 200 grams of steamed fish to combine with the steamed potato, and then you can make a proper meal for 2 days for your dog. So we'll put some herbs, which are really healthy. Herbs would be like dried parsley, oregano, a little bit of rosemary, but not much, and any dry herbs that you normally use at home. And I'll also add a little bit of virgin olive oil fish. So just half a teaspoon, or even less, quarter of teaspoon, few drops. So olive oil will give your omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids.
Okay, so our fish and potato is nice and cool now. See? Our fish and taste tester. Oh yeah, he gives that the lick of approval. That's a definite pass. So, what I'm going to do is just put this in a container.
So as I said, 1 large potato and 200 grams of fish. That would be for 1 day, one of the 7 days meal.
The spoon. Who doesn't like using a spoon?
Cut that.
Okay, now we're going to start cutting up the vegetables to put into the slow cooker. This is a good bit. And with the magic of video, we'll make our cutting happen really fast.
So we have sweet potatoes, putting in the slow cooker. And then carrots. 2 carrots for 20 kilo dog. You can have a bit smaller carrots. Those carrots in small pieces. Again, they will be mashed. Right,
Just drop those in. Yeah.
as well.
Now, butternut pumpkin.
You want to try them,
Why butternut pumpkin?
Okay, butternut pumpkin, it's really healthy for intestines. It gives fiber, it is rich in vitamin A, which is infecting beta carotene, that form of vitamin A in the body. It's excellent for intestinal health, and so we'll get just 1/4 of this pumpkin. So this is the half. But we'll cut just 1/4 of it.
Oh, Karen loves B-grade horror movies.
Oh, really?
Really good.
A grade, C grade.
Okay, so we'll put this pumpkin inside as well. And then we have some cruciferous vegetables. So these vegetables are known as anti-cancerogenic vegetables. But they are also suppressing thyroid function, so we have to be careful with them. That's why we have to cook them. So you saw that I had half of this cauliflower. I'll just use maybe about 1/4, and the rest we'll leave. So I'm just going to put 1/4. Of course, we washed all these vegetables before, so they have to be washed and before we put them in slow cooker. And we have another type of vegetable. They're called green leaf vegetables. So they give iron and your beta carotene and fiber. So they're a very good source of iron as well. Non-hem iron, which is different than iron that we have in meat. Now,
How good does that look, right? What else are we putting in there? Mushroom.
So we can get mushrooms, they're already cut.
Already cut.
So just 1 handful. We'll have now our grains. So I'll start explaining about white rice. White rice should be prepared really carefully. It's really good for gastrointestinal system when dogs have diarrhea. But only if you prepare this white rice properly. If you don't prepare, then you are taking allergens, lots of arsenic, and other contaminants. So rice, why white rice? Because brown rice will just go out of the dog, come in one end and go out in another end. It can't be digested, or anything that's undigested.
And we are the predator of plants, so plants have their own defense against us, and this is called lignans. So that's why it's really important to prepare the rice properly before you add it. You need to wash it thoroughly, 8 or 9 times even, until the water runs clear, and soak it for 30 minutes at least. Then, and only then, is it good to add to the slow cooker. If you don't do that, your dog can have all kinds of reactions, usually mysterious allergy reactions. And also basmati rice is recommended, not just plain rice, Mr. Ziggy has a very hearty stomach, but when I feed him just normal plain rice, he gets really itchy. He doesn't like it, no matter how well I prepare it. If I just use basmati rice, there is no issue with him getting allergies, getting itchy skin. It's important. Everybody needs to be comfortable in their own skin. So you have the choice of grains to add to your dog's meal. You can add polenta, the rice, or you can add lentils. Today we'll be adding the lentils.
Alright, so just a little bit of lentils. We don't want too many of legumes because they're not digested so as good as meat protein, but lentils are really good. So maybe a few spoons of tomato paste. Let's say 1, 2, 3 spoons of tomato paste.
So now is the time, if you're going to cook your meat, you can add it into the slow cooker.
Yeah.
I prefer to keep it separate, and Ziggy loves to eat it raw.
Now the bones, we are going to put bones and bone broth inside these vegetables in slow cooker.
That's going to help make those vegetables really tasty for your dog.
Yeah. Your dogs will say no to these vegetables.
It's important that it's not just good for your dog, but your dog really enjoys it. Every time it is dinner time for Ziggy, he starts running around like a lunatic. He can't get enough of it fast enough. He loves his food.
Excellent. Good.
You can visit on our website. We have a full list of food that you should never, ever, ever give to your dog. They're toxic for dogs. Some foods that are okay but in very small amount. And then, of course, we've got a huge list of what's really good for your dog that you may not have thought about before. Things like raspberries, blueberries, apples. There's lots of food your dog can eat.
Yeah. And lots of nuts, like we have in these supplements. We have nuts and seeds. That's what dogs eat in nature all the time.
So a lot of people are confused about nuts. A lot of people believe that all nuts are really bad for dogs, but that's not actually the case, is it, Malina?
No, only macadamia nuts, and I wouldn't recommend cashews. No eggs. We have
Okay, so
sesame.
we've been cooking this vegetable mix now for 4 hours in the slow cooker. We just went to the park and had a lovely afternoon while that was happening. Now that we've turned it off, we're just going to add some eggs as well as the eggshell.
Yeah,
It's a true story of a whole egg.
that's right. We'll get a whole egg, break inside, and just crush it. My hands are clean for every organ.
And why do you take the bones out? Why don't you leave them
Oh yeah,
there?
bones are out because cooked bones can't be given to dogs. But we'll also try to push this bone marrow out so they eat the bone marrow. But of course, cooked bone is really will splint actually if they start eating the bones. Cooked
And you
bones.
should always avoid giving your dog big hard bones because it's easy for them to chip or crack a tooth, which is a very expensive trip to the dentist and not fun for your dog either. Okay, so the magic ingredient we're going to now add to the slow cooker. It's been turned off. It's starting to cool, so agar-agar is what we're going to add. It will help to solidify the food, which will give it a really good texture for the dog.
The solution has to be, the food has to be a bit warm.
Yeah,
For
the agar
agar
works better when it's added to warm food. If you put it in with cool food, not a lot will happen. So after you turn the slow cooker off, you add your eggs and eggshell, and then you can add the agar, mix it through, then just let it cool naturally.
So agar is actually a seaweed, so it's a natural ingredient. It's just the plain seaweed.
Okay, so now we've got the turkey, the meat meal that we will feed the animal for 5 days with the vegetable mix. Yeah, so this was just taken straight out of the slow cooker. We're going to add this. We'll put some meat in each one. We're dividing it up into 5 different sections. Yeah, so raw meat, if you're feeding totally raw, you would not add it in with the vegetables at this stage. You would store them completely separate to avoid any contamination.
We are separating into 5 containers, and this is comparing to those, if we compare this to the meat patties, this is the meat that you can see, it's meat. It is real meat. It's not something minced that you have no idea what is minced inside.
Yeah, that's an important point. The food that's already in a patty or already in a mince, you can't tell what meat that is.
Yeah.
But this, you took it off the bone, you know exactly what it is. And there is 5 meals for 5 days for one very lucky dog. Okay, so I've just got some of the veggie mix in here with the turkey for Ziggy. He likes it raw. I'm going to add in a handful of fruit. I've got raspberries here and yummy blueberries. I'm just going to mix them through. The fruit does not need to be cooked. It should not be cooked. Why is that, Malina?
Because of antioxidants, we want to save, to give them fresh. And so they are really good anti-cancerogenic and very healthy.
And we've got some goat's yogurt here as well.
With sauerkraut mixed.
Yeah, and some sauerkraut as well. And why are we adding the goat's yogurt?
So goat's yogurt is much better than cow's milk or cow's yogurt. It's cow's dairy products are not really recommended, so we are getting natural probiotic. And sauerkraut, live sauerkraut, is a source of fiber, so that feeds the good bacteria. It's a prebiotic, and it also is source of vitamin C.
Really good to keep everything healthy and
Yeah,
balanced.
so you can't heat that as well.
And don't heat it or you'll take out all the good stuff. And as you can see, our official taste tester here certainly approves of this meal.
Yeah, and eating also all these blueberries and raspberries that he wouldn't probably eat.
He wouldn't eat them. If some
separately.
turkey fell on the floor, he'd be on that in a heartbeat. If some raspberries or blueberries fell on the floor, he'd give them a good sniff, but he'd leave them alone. Mixing them in with the food is a great way to get that extra stuff into his diet.
Yeah. So another fruit that you can give would be watermelon. It's really good stuff. It's good for kidneys, and it's full of citrulline. That's good for muscles. So bodybuilders, they sometimes have a citrulline powder, good for building the muscles, but we have that in watermelon as a natural source. You can give other seasonal fruit to your dog. Anything, apples are excellent. If they are organic, then give skin. Don't peel apple, give skin. If you are juicing, you can give a bit of fiber, but don't give all the fiber. Give also a bit of juice to your dog as well. Because
Good to know.
your dog is your family.
Yes, my dog is definitely my family. So we'll let Ziggy continue with his dinner. Now we're on to the offal. So we've got chicken heart and chicken liver. Little hearts. And liver. Now, if your dog will eat it
Let's
raw.
see if, so try with the small pieces. If they never saw liver or tasted liver, they'll probably be a bit surprised with the taste, and they wouldn't eat. But you are giving a little piece, and try to offer your dog. If he doesn't like in the beginning, just try again. So because we want chicken liver to be given fresh.
It's worth persisting because there are nutrients in chicken liver that you do not find in anywhere else. It's part of what we may not feel comfortable giving our dogs raw, but it's one of the best things that you can do. However, if your dog just won't eat it, you can stir fry it really lightly for like less than 45 seconds, and then you can try again.
Now, if you're a bit worried about salmonella with the chicken meat and chicken liver or any organ, chicken heart, you can freeze for 2 days, keep in a freezer for 2 days, and then defrost in a fridge, or you can give even frozen. That might be more accepted by dogs. So what we can do, we will separate these offal, and we need 200 grams, for 20 kilo dog we need 200 grams of liver. So if you buy the packaging is usually half a kilo, so you can use it for 2-3 times. Separate that, try to give raw.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, excellent. We really love that food. So you can separate on maybe 7 parts or 5 parts, and just give in the morning as a breakfast. You can give frozen, or if you are frying, you can give with some as well. You can give with some veggies, or from the what we cooked, or separately.
He's a very hungry dog.
Yeah, chicken giblets are really good. That's like stomachs as well. That gives collagen. So I'm going to show, in case if your dog really refuses to eat raw meat, the raw chicken liver, then I'll show you the way what to do. So you will cut this chicken liver in really small pieces. Sit. You will cut chicken liver in small pieces. Try to give hearts raw, because they are a source of taurine, which is really encouraging. Taurine can be heated. It's destroyed when it's heated. So give raw, or if your dog really doesn't want, then you can maybe just quickly stir fry, and I'll show you with the chicken liver as well. So 200 grams of chicken liver, 200 grams of chicken hearts for 1 week for 20 kilo dog. If your dog is 10 kilo, you'll give half of that, so 100 grams, 100 grams of each. Or if it's 5 kilo, you'll go on quarter. You will weigh your dog weekly for maybe 2-3 months to know if these quantities that are calculated are adequate for them, because some dogs have a stronger metabolism, some dogs have a lower metabolism, and if they are putting on weight, which like more than you want, then it's their optimal weight, then you will decrease the amounts for 10%. So I'll cut a few of these chicken hearts as well.
So he's getting excited. He's a big fan of raw offal. But when I first offered it to him, he was okay on the chicken hearts, but he pulled the funniest face at the liver. He did not want any of it. I kept persisting with him, and now you can see he loves it.
So we have a frying pan. In that case, if your dog really doesn't want raw offal, we'll pour some oil in it, or sunflower or coconut oil. Some little bit of oil inside. Alright, and we'll add chicken liver really finely cut in a heated pan, and chicken hearts. And just stir fry quickly, so it doesn't take a long time to fry them.
So the more lightly you can cook it, the better. The more good and nutritious stuff is left in it.
Yeah, so it's that's all. We don't need much more.
So that was only about 20 seconds.
And so you can mix this with some boiled rice, mix into this, keep the juices from the meat, from the offal, mix with the rice.
You can
and
also mix it with some scrambled egg.
yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, so the liver is now cooked. We also broke in an egg because it's great with scrambled egg. Because it is cooked, we can add it in with the vegetables for easy storage and serve afterwards. Your dog's going to love it. Okay, so what we've done here is we've prepared 7 days food, homemade, human grade, the best food possible for your dog. Easy, your cooking for the week is done, and your dog will thank you for it. Your wallet will thank you for it, all those vet bills that you now can avoid, as well as the heartache of seeing your best friend sick. It's never good. We've all been there, or we all know someone who has. So here we've got turkey, we've got fish and potato, and we've got offal, all with a great veggie mix. And that's how easy it is to prepare 7 days of food for your dog. Why wouldn't you do that for your best friend?
So to summarize today's presentation with modified human diet, I can say that at the moment this is the best solution. This is a nutritional solution for your dog, the healthiest, the freshest food that you can offer to your dog, and it's complete and balanced. And when I hear different words that commercial industry is advertising, those raw meat patties, manufacturers, producers advertising them, like whole meal, whole prey food, natural, evolutionary, balanced, complete. You can feed to your puppies, you can feed to any stages, to extra large dogs. I'm really getting frustrated, and especially because I see sick dogs every day in my practice, and lots of those problems are unnecessary. They are connected to, related to the food that they're eating, and at the moment we only have food that is really not good, optimal quality. Our dogs need optimal food that's complete and balanced, and that you can be sure that it has all nutrients like we are presenting in our packaging with our supplements. We are giving the free diet plans, so you can, if you like, you can make your food at home, and you can see the nutritional values, requirements, and what is supplied in those diet plans, starting from calories to minerals, vitamins, and microelements like selenium, iodine, so you can be 100% sure that we are giving you complete and balanced, healthy diet.